Yeah, not the children's hit of the summer.
No, it's not a children's movie. Not a kid's flick.
Okay, this one get it. Real quick while I'm thinking about it, why was Seven such a big hit?
You're asking me, Jimmy? I don't know. I never know why. Well, I know why Driving Miss Daisy was a big hit. I mean, it was a terrific story about these two people who loved each other. Seven, I can't tell you. There is in us, must be in us, we get some vicarious thrill from watching how the good guys outwit the bad guys. This was really the ultimate part of that story. You know, I mean, how would we get to this guy before he got done with what he was doing?
Some were calling it a classy horror picture.
Really? Bless him.
Doesn't matter where. But it must be difficult to be an actor. You put so much heart and soul into a project, and some things don't turn out like you want them to. Not because the project's not any good, it's just for whatever reason. It must be weird.
It's not difficult. It's just, it's true, but it's something you have to accept, like doing a painting. It's in the doing, not actually in the selling of it, because although we do, this is a commercial, it's not a personal business, it's a commercial business, and we make movies so that they will sell. Our joy is in making the movie. Is in doing it, you know. So you can't govern yourself based on its saleability because you don't know what that is.
But a movie that makes more money at the box office makes you feel better, or does it?
It makes you feel a lot better.
But it doesn't mean the project was that great. It doesn't make it any worse or better.
Never means that the project was that great.
It just makes you feel good that someone's seeing your work.
And you've done something that people will buy. Yeah, because then if they do, then you can do something else. If they don't, you may not be able to do anything else, you know.
Now, this movie, to me, is like the difference in a fine piece of literature, or maybe let's do a food analogy, in eating a very fine meal in an expensive restaurant versus going to a fast food place.
Okay, that's now.
This is very rich.
Sumptuous.
Sumptuous.
Yes, I agree with that. But what does that mean in terms of, saleability?
Quality sometimes sells, sometimes doesn't. I get just as much some days out of a $5 meal than I do of a $50 meal. I felt good after I went to this movie. I felt like I'd really seen something. I'd witnessed some art.
So you would recommend it, in other words?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because it felt like you'd done something with your time.
I'm glad to hear that.
As opposed to wasting your time, which is, I've seen some of those lately myself.
You hear that?
Never a Morgan Freeman movie. I don't think I've ever wasted myself in a Morgan. I'll think about that, but no. You've done pretty good at picking.
Luck.
Or you're just that good at reading a script?
But reading a script, you're only looking at what you like. So I'm not thinking when I read the script, oh man, the audience is going to eat this up. I read it, and if I'm touched, if I'm excited by it, then that's all I go by.
I mean, you've done so well. Shawshank Redemption, all these movies, they're almost like, wow, you know, not your movies that you don't think are going to really, you know, knock it out of the park. I wouldn't think just by reading it, and then boom, you know, they just turn out great.
So as I said, you don't know that they're going to knock. Sometimes you can read something and it excites the daylights out of you, and then the end product is, you know, people don't care that much about. But the thrill of it is, as I said, doing it.
So what now is the one movie, if you're stopped in general at an airport or somewhere, what do they equate you with? Morgan Freeman, what do they say?
Well, Seven got to be very popular, so I hear a lot of that. Shawshank, extremely popular with those who saw it, and of course, Driving Miss Daisy is the mainstay.
Still,
you know, you go in certain places, and of course, the older crowd, you know.
Well, it's a classic.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you.
All right. Sarah Lou, come over here and let him sign cover your thing here.